I'm back in Brockport, better than ever, and I don't trust a fucking soul. Like, I have so many bad memories here. Some to this day is hard for me to even speak about. I'm ready to rewrite the story with like better, fonder memories. Like, this is good for my spiritual journey and finding myself, which I plan to speak about soon. Like, this is for me, and I have some things to prove to myself. Before I left Brockport in spring 19, I had a big bill for student accounts on my name and like a little scandal on my hands. So I'm going to tell you guys some juice, but before I give you some juice, follow me on SoundCloud and listen to my first song, 227 Fluent in Hills. Let me know what you guys think and drop it in the comments for me. Okay, so it's kind of funny when I think about it now, but I experienced the movie Roommate, if you've ever watched it, like with these two girls in college, and like one of the roommates was like trying to take over her fucking life. I don't know. She like did it to her last roommate. I don't know. Anyway, but I had my like real life experience of that. Like, that was a scandal of my college career, like for me. She was like trying to imitate me in the weirdest way, because imitation is the highest form of flattery or something like that. But I never experienced someone like, I've always got compliments on my personality, but I've never experienced someone trying to like mime me, like steal my personality. Like, it was just so weird. She was like, I could see before, like even with some words she said, or just like things she started to like, she just like started to morph in front of me, in front of my face. But at the same time, like I thought of her as a really close friend, so it would only annoy me if she was like, trying to compete with me. That's when I would have to like, okay, so I started my YouTube channel. Well, first I started my makeup page, and I let her know I wanted to start my YouTube channel. I started my makeup page for makeup. She never followed it. And then she went and made, like, a few months later, she went and made one. And she, like, kind of hid it from me. And I'm like, why are you hiding it from me? That's so weird. Then I started making YouTube videos. And she never liked them. She wouldn't share them. She would even, like, it was just things like that. Oh, I had my hair blonde. Like, I like to keep it. I liked it that color, like her honey blonde color. And then she wanted to dye her hair blonde. And it's just little things. Like, those are the big things. But it was just little things that was just kind of, like, I'm like, bitch, are you competing with me? Like, because if you're competing with me, then I need to know right now. So we could get this shit going. But anyway, she was just trying to be like a fucking fly on the wall. And like the second thing with why I say I experienced a roommate, she became close friends with my sister. She would be like at my house chilling, and sometimes I wouldn't even know. Like, she tried to it sounds so crazy, but she tried to implement herself so deep that she's like even talking to some of the guys in my family. She was doing her thing. Okay, so I brought her around an old friend group that I was friends with since middle school, who, like, I'm actually not speaking with right now, but the girl that I was closest with at the time in that friend group that I, like, called my best friend, she told me, to watch out for her, like, she's a fake friend and she's a hoe. I didn't care about the hoe part because I love hoes. Kind of made me wanted to turn to her, like, girl, takes one to know one, like, but, and it would have been cool. Like, we had, like, a funny relationship like that. We was just really fucking retarded. And I wrote it off, though, because I knew my friend at that time, she really didn't like me having other friends. So I just wrote it off. But after that summer, coming back to school, like, the roommate, I found out, Okay, so skip a summer, skip ahead to the next summer. The roommate that I'm talking about had sex and or slash talked with my old, let's call him lover, because I don't even want to call him an ex. Like, it was deep, but it's not that deep. I'm not gonna put it there. Like the impact of what they did hit me hard, but like me and his relationship was like beginning to get deep. So they had sex slash talked before I came to Brockport and built a connection with the both of them. So I didn't know him, I didn't know her, but the thing is, they never told me. He never admitted it until after the relationship like was ending. Like after, okay, so the next summer, that's what I'm saying. So that day he was violating. He sent me a video of him fucking some girl and told me our relationship was convenient and that he was like about to start something with someone else. Like I logged onto his Instagram and I saw messages with him and the roommate. They were sexual and it was about like him talking about her butt. So that same day the roommate popped up at my house to see my sister, like, because you know she implemented herself. And that's when I pressed her on it. She's like, that's when, but I was still so focused on the video. Like that shit was traumatized me. Like that shit, it hurt so bad. Like I threw my phone across the room and I'm just sitting there on the couch crying. I'm like, what the fuck? But that same day she pops over because she was going to see my sister. And that's when she basically admitted to me about the encounter before me and her met. That like, I think she said she tried to downplay it so much. Like she didn't tell me about like the whole them fucking and stuff like that. She just told me like, oh, he tried to talk to me like, oh, before you even met. And I did. And I'm like, so why wouldn't y'all tell me? Like, that's so weird. But basically as the situation unfolded over the next year or two, and I'm sitting there hurt, I found out that this grand scheme, like, in the end, basically, they were fucking, and he was also fucking a bunch of people. So it was like, it took a year and a half for me to find the truth, for the truth to come out, because I had a lot of enemies, and I fell out with a lot of people. I was dealing with family issues on top of the breakup. Like, I took a year from school to receive my nursing assistant's license and start my brand Brooklyn artistry and like recalibrate. And that's what really like got me to the headspace I am right now, where I'm so ready to just come, even though this COVID shit is trying to slow things down, I'm so ready to come here now and just like actually do what I have to do. And like when I started college, I felt like maybe I should have took a year off because I was still kind of in a high school mind and thinking that I'm grown and I'm not as grown as I think, or I've been in school since fucking kindergarten. Like I need to take a break now. And now that I took this break and I had this like, it was a learning lesson. Things like that was a learning lesson for me. And now that I'm like on the spiritual journey and finding myself, I'm ready now, I'm ready to I switched my major from nursing to political science because that's actually what I'm passionate about. I'm not worried about just making money now. Hopefully this brand that I'm starting will make me my money. I want to, when I do political writings for my brand, I'm doing that shit from my heart. When I'm doing writings for my brand, I'm putting it out and I just want people to see them and get people's feedback and like, give people like a perspective from in my mind, like see what I see and hear my voice. And I see them circulating. Sometimes I don't see my name or sometimes I don't feel like I'm getting the credit, but at the same time, it feels good knowing that my voice matters and that the right people are watching and that people, like, I feel like the world is actually changing a little bit because my little movement in it, because my little energy force. And that really makes me feel good because a little while ago, it was so hard for me to feel good, I'm getting so like, but that's the truth and that's the juice. And like I said, go click on my link, follow me on SoundCloud, and listen to my first song, 227. It will mean a lot to me. It's my first release song. It was the first time I went to a studio and recorded a song. We did it in 2-3 days. it's still some things I want to mix and master on it. Maybe some parts I still want to do over, but like I'm gonna drop an EP for y'all. Just been writing my poems and free in my writings. It's like freestyle writings is on my Instagram, so you guys can go check that out or follow me on Wattpad, and all those links will be below. But enjoy. Yeah. Lenise Lovely. I'm fluent in hills. I held out for too long, I have to let you know. I'm a woman with bills, my sexuality flow. I love the smell of you, so I grind real slow. Caressing my thighs, baby, this is your home. It's 4 in the morning, I'm thinking about darling, taking shots of my feelings. You like to see me drowning. 227, come be around for me. I held out for too long now you don't see me. How could you do this to me? Setting down time, just overthink. Pour up a fucking drink. Nigga, come talk to me. I want your affection. I see through facades, you are someone new. Let's get down to intention. I don't wanna hurt myself finding you. I'm looking into your eyes. You are someone new. A garden from concrete. We cruise the pain and the leaves with you. I'm fluent in hills. She can't wear my shoes. It's 4 in the morning, I'm thinking about darling, taking shots of my feelings. You like to see me drowning. 227, come be around for me. I held out for too long now you don't see me. How could you do this to me? Setting down time, just overthink. Pour up a fucking drink. Nigga, come talk to me.